You guys, Money in the Bank, live results, Mad Viking Toy Channel. I got surprised by a quickie family dinner tonight. Brother came to town with my niece and nephew, so I couldn't watch a lot of the pre-show. I know they added some more kickoff matches. It was Golden Truth versus Febreze Dango. I didn't get to see that. I got to watch the Dudley Boys lose and it looked to be a really crappy match with the Lucha Dragons. I don't know if it was the Dudleys because they knew they were losing. I didn't see anything flashy. I didn't see anybody really working. It just looked sloppy. Well, I shouldn't say sloppy. It just looked like a tired, boring match. The first match was the 4-way tag team, and it looked like everybody had new gear on. New Day on down to the club. Club stuff looked pretty good. New Day stuff looked good too. It might not be new, but it looked kind of psychedelic to me. That's why I was thinking it was new. But it was a good, fast-paced match. There was nothing boring about it. No cheating or anything like that. I gotta say, Enzo took another really hard bump out of the ring and slammed his head again onto the floor. Luke Gallows worked his butt off again. He takes some really good spots, man, for a big guy. All those hits and falls to the ground and gets right back up and keeps going. It's just something you never saw Big Show or Nash do back in the day. Gallows is really growing on me. He is really putting shit together. And he popped Cash really good in the mouth in that fight. But it went down like I predicted it was going to go down. New Day pinned the Vaudevillains at the very end. At one point, it looked like the club was going to win. At one point, it looked like New Day was going to win. What was the other team? I'm having a brain fart. Well, it looked like everybody at one point was going to win that match except for the Vaudevillains. I don't think I ever saw them make a pen attempt. Then the next match out was, hey guys, welcome to the big boy table. Corbin and Ziggler got bumped up to the actual pay-per-view. And it was kind of a booze fest, snooze fest. All it really was Corbin beating the shit out of Ziggler. And Ziggler getting very little to none of his own offense in. It was just watching him get beaten pretty much. And the fans weren't into it. They were even chanting boring at one point. Really bad, boring. I guess it's supposed to be the exclamation point for Corbin winning the feud, because they did say this is the end of the feud. Finally. So I guess they're finally moving on after 4 or 5 months. Then the next match was Charlotte and Brooks and Lynch and Natalya. Very kind of short match, maybe 5-minute stops. Natalya did have Charlotte beat, and I thought I saw her tapping, but of course the ref doesn't see that. And Dana Brooke breaks it up. Lynch comes in, gets involved, and Dana takes Lynch and smacks her head into Natalya. And Natalya kind of gets knocked out for a bit, and Charlotte rolls her up and pins her. And Natalya was in the middle of the ring bawling like a baby for about 5 minutes while Lynch is consoling her. And as Charlotte and Dana Brooks are mocking them as they're leaving, Natalya, I don't know if this is a heel turn or the start of a new feud, but she beat the shit out of Becky Lynch. So, I don't know what to think about that. Maybe she just beat her up because she so badly wants to beat Charlotte? That would make more sense, and she's going to blame this loss on Becky. But I have a feeling they're looking past Natalya now, and they're going to stick her against Becky. But maybe I'm wrong. What's the next match? Oh, AJ Styles versus John Cena. Very good match. Might be the best match so far, with the tag match following. it was Cena. I mean, AJ for most of the bout early on. Cena couldn't get anything going. AJ was working him, outmaneuvering him, just showing him up bit left and right. Cena did get on board or start getting some good moves in towards the end. They both did each other's finishers on each other. I don't know. Just as bad as they did in the last match with Reigns and AJ. It was to the point it was like finishing moves were pointless. But it wasn't as bad as the last month's pay-per-view with the finishing moves I'm talking about. They were both selling the match. They were very exhausted, but shockingly, no Finn Balor. So if it's true he's debuting tonight, that was my thing that I was predicting. Maybe he debuts in the ladder match, because the ladder match was technically always a 7-man match, even though they left one spot open, but they got rid of the ladder. They don't let it represent itself in the ring during the build-up for this. So maybe my theory is he'll debut as the 7th entrance when all the guys are in the ring. But the rumor was that was being left open for Bray Wyatt. But now I've read Bray Wyatt's being held back even longer until after this pay-per-view, or a little while longer. But I don't know what for, 'cause he's going to come back as a face, and I don't know. But oh, I did say John Cena lost, right? AJ Styles lost. Yeah, I never did say it because I got into a rant and then I just went somewhere else. So no, Finn Balor did not debut. He did not help the club. The club did come out and get involved, so I'm sure Cena's going to piss and moan about that and challenge Cena to another fight. I mean, AJ to another fight. There weren't any stipulations if the club got involved. He just signed a contract that the club wasn't supposed to be there. But they did come out and AJ did win. So I'm sure they're going to feud again. I mean, is SummerSlam next? It's got to be. Like I said, no Balor. But it's still, the next match is the Money in the Bank match. This should be pretty effing stellar, like most of them usually are. I don't remember last year's being very... Or maybe that was the one at WrestleMania. I wasn't very impressed with that. I'm still going to go with Kevin Owens on this. With Dean Ambrose as my dark horse pick. If you watched my predictions video, you'll know all about that. And I think that's a pretty damn good prediction. Because then all three... Well, he wouldn't have the belt yet. He'll have the briefcase. And he'll win it. Everybody who gets it except for Kennedy has gone on to win it. So that'd make all 3 members of the Shield heavyweight champions. And they're going to be fighting each other over the belt. That could last, all year, for Christ's sake. Do I think it'll last all year? No, but it'll make for an interesting scenario. If it happens. But for some reason, I just think it's Owens. When he's got airtime, he's the guy dominating all the interviews. He's the guy dominating all the 6 guys or 5 guys in the ring when they're talking about the match. The WWE is obviously high on him. They're giving him all the cut downs, all the jokes. Somebody likes him, and it's about time. He's not a young guy. He's not old either, but I think that's one of the reasons why he was pushed so quickly through NXT. One, it's because he is that good. That's why I'm shocked Nakamura isn't already up there. But it's because I think he's 30 or 32. You got to use the guy now. You can't make them dwell in the kiddie pool. So I think the WWE is going to ride this pony until it breaks, and they got to start riding it because ponies got to win championships, do they not? To be worth anything. So starting with the 6-man ladder match, Jericho comes out first with his. If they make an elite figure with Jericho, and all they do is throw a plastic scarf around his neck, nobody buy that thing. And I'm sure they're doing that just so he can get a new figure, because they can't make a new figure elite of him with him still wearing that jacket. So I'm sure that's why they had Dean Ambrose rip the thing apart, which they shouldn't have. They should have just had it to where Ambrose stole it, threw it in the trash can or something, and then auctioned it, on WWE.com. You know how much money they would have made for charity selling that damn thing? But, whatever. Cesaro's out next. He's still dressing like Pitbull. I used to say he was trying to look like Bond, but now it's just Pitbull. And I don't get that. I know that tape he's wearing on his shoulder is supposed to be some medical tape or something, but if you're still hurt, dude, then why are you back? I can't see how taping your shoulder like that, scotch taping your shoulder, helps you. If you're still hurt, stay home and recover. Because the WWE is not going to feel any remorse for you when you can't move in your arm anymore and you can't sell tickets. They'll be gone. Sami Zayn is out. So far, no new gear with these guys. Everybody looks the same. Here comes Daniel Bryan, I mean. Sami Zayn. I'm just sticking with this. I want to see if anything special happens with the entrance. See if Finn Balor might possibly show up. But they certainly like hanging that Finn Balor cheese over our rat trap, don't they? Alberto Del Rio. What happened to his scarf? Maybe Jericho bought his scarf collection. Jericho is folding his scarf all neatly. Yeah, you can tell who the big star of this match is Kevin Owens. Crowd's losing their shit. And really, all you guys new to Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, who else is in there? Cesaro. If you don't watch Ring of Honor, you should be watching Ring of Honor and supporting them. They might even be bigger than TNA at this point. But this is where these guys are coming from. Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. Like I said, those three dudes. Ambrose, but he was only in there for a cup of coffee. Seth Rollins, he was their ex-champion. This is where all they raid these guys, Ring of Honor, and that's really who they push. They don't push their own developmental people. Their developmental people, they're just the jobbers, basically. But Ring of Honor really is some good shit. I got to watch the final days of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson in Japan with the Bullet Club. You know, and it was pretty cool. And they were gone for a week. They didn't get beat out like AJ Styles did. But the next week, they filled their positions with Adam Cole and, oh, jeez, who's the other guy? Oh, yeah, I don't even remember. So their ranks are still full, and they're still running New Japan, or running roughshod in New Japan. But, if TNA is dying on the vine, guys, and no one gives them a shot, and they're really producing some good wrestling right now. But no one, I don't know, man. I don't think anybody watches that stuff. Their last 6 to 9 weeks have been really good. Well, I should say this week. They went live this week, and they were having technical problems. I only got to see half of one match for a whole 2-hour show. They just kept looping TNA commercials in that 70s show. They were having technical problems. But anyway, I'm starting to rant. Let me pause this here, and I'll get back to you. The match is picking up pace. Everybody's doing tons of ladder spots. I mean, Del Rio did a backstabber on Kevin Owens off the ladder, probably 6 feet up, and it was sick. Owens just frog splashed Dean Ambrose on a ladder. That, I don't care who you are, that had to suck. Cesaro did a Cesaro swing on Jericho and threw him into a ladder. That was just before he did the Cesaro swing on Del Rio. Jericho seems to be dominating the ladder, though, going up for the contract. He's been going up the most, shockingly. Can't say there's been any big spots by Zayn, even though... Oh! Right as I say that, Sami Zayn Michinoku drivered Kevin Owens onto a ladder that was sitting sideways. Sitting up, sitting sideways. He just folded Kevin Owens over it. Oh my God. Oh, that's got me cringing. Ugh. Never mind, Sami Zayn just showed up for for work. God, that was sick. That'll be on Raw. Ugh. But everybody's taking the typical ladder bumps into the ropes. Sammy's going for the title, but you know that's going to get stopped. If Owen gets up from this and knocks the ladder over, I'm going to be really impressed, because that was some sick bump he just took. No, it'll be Del Rio. Alright, let me pause again. We got a contraption set up in the ring, and all 6 guys are on top of ladders fighting over the case right now. This has got to be a start for a spot. Ooh. Alright, well, Del Rio and Cesaro went off of one ladder. They were supposed to ball themselves on the ropes, but it looked like Del Rio botched it. There's still Jericho, Ambrose, and Zayn and Owens on this contraption, still fighting over the case. And they've been doing this on this thing now for over a minute, so something's telling me this is going to be... Oh, okay, now Ambrose and Jericho just jumped off for no reason. Never mind. I was going to say that something tells me that's supposed to be the payoff, but for the finish. Here we go. Zayn's the only one on the ladder right now. He's doing the I can't get a grip on it, even though he's literally hanging off of it. Jericho's back up. Ooh, Jericho. Ooh. He clocked Zayn. That was legit. Meanwhile, like I said, this contraption is still up. But I'm going to pause it. I don't think anything's going to happen with this thing. This is... Oh, Ambrose is setting up Jericho. He just DDT'd him off the contraption. Oop. Sami Zayn is still on the ladder. You know Owens is coming to destroy him. Here he is. Here he comes. He's got his leg. Come on. No spot on this contraption. What was the point? Literally, it took 5 minutes for them to set it up. Well, he just powerbombed him on it, but that was from the ring. Now he just threw Zayn off of it, and he's climbing the ladder screaming, "It's mine." But I can tell Ambrose is getting up. He's already on the ladder. Owens is... I thought he was taking it off right there. He actually had the clip in his hand. Look at it. It's going to come down to these two. I know it, because nobody else is in the ring. My dark horse and my actual pick. Kevin Owens has been taken out. He actually kind of broke the contraption. The fans are going crazy. There's no... Well, I think he's going to win. He can't fumble that long and not get the briefcase. He got it. My dark horse pick. It's going to be an interesting summer. Actually, well, I don't see him chipping. Well, I don't know when I'll see him, when I can visually see him. I guess he would cash it in when Seth Rollins wins the title. You know he'll win it at some point. Dean Ambrose, future World Heavyweight Champion, Money in the Bank winner. I think he's crying. No? Well, he looks... Well, he might be. Alright, we got one more match. Almost forgot about this match. Seems a little weird how some of the... Well, I guess John Cena isn't a champion, and the tag team champ match being first was a little weird, but I guess they just wanted to get all those people out of the way. But Rusev coming out in new gear, new shorts again. They're like black red with camo. They're kind of dope. If they were shorts that kind of went down like his old ones, I'd maybe wear them to the beach, maybe. No, I shouldn't say that because they look more like a really tight boxer. I have a feeling this is going to be a short match looking at the time because it's 10:32 and they're going to give at least 25 minutes. So yeah, I was going to say, who's left? Rollins and Roman. Titus's kids are there first row. Ooh, that could be bad. Oh, shit. Like I said, I don't predict this one going well for old Titus here, but let's see how it goes, huh? They started off, shockingly, Rusev went after his kids, and then they bolted a double clothesline outside the ring. Looked like they knocked the snot out of each other. And Titus O'Neil has come out on fire. He's going apeshit. Pardon my pun, or if someone gets pissed at that. He's literally just beating the. All right, now there you go. Rusev is getting his offense back. But he got some pretty good and impressive hits on Rusev. I mean, he had a closed fist, and there weren't any leg slapping or arm slapping. He was hitting Rusev in the face, and you could hear it. This might be a little bit better of a fight than I thought it was going to be. Ended like I thought it would. Rusev beat O'Neil. Accolades. After O'Neil's initial big, punch fest and all that, he was pretty much done. He was just taking a beaten. Rusev even had him in a chokehold, choking him out in front of his kids. Yelling, "Look at your kids," or "Look at your father." It's like, he's going after his kids again. He's posing right next to him. Oh, he's got a mic.
You see your father over there? He's a loser.
He went right up to his son's face. He's called his father a loser and screamed "Happy Father's Day." And he's holding the title right in front of his face. Not a good thing when you bring someone's kids to the show. Rusev just staring down his kid. I like this Rusev. I like him back on track. Last match, we got Roman. Come on, move. Thank you. Jesus. Roman and Rollins. Rollins has got new ring gear. He'll get a new elite figure out of all this, I'm sure. Roman's still dressed in the same getup. It's about 3 minutes in and they haven't really done anything yet. You can tell the match is winding down. There hasn't been any big spots. No one's bumping. Hey, kitty. That's one of them. Like last month's pay-per-view. I will say the most impressive thing that just happened was a suplex by Seth Rollins onto Roman Reigns off the top rope. And he rolled into a Falcon's Arrow. But that was literally it. Otherwise, they've both just been kind of fist-fighting the whole time. And Roman Reigns is acting pretty gassed. But I have a feeling he's going to win because he's doing the typical beatdown routine. Rollins is just beating him and beating him and beating him. Now he's going for the pedigree. And he broke out of the pedigree twice.
Into the midsection again. Seth Rollins misses wildly. Reigns is going to roll him up shoulders.
Oops. Reigns tried to schoolboy Rollins just then, and then wrapped him up and powerbombed him one arm. That was pretty damn cool. Come here. Stop fighting with him. Alright, let me pause this. Lots of back and forth. Lots of finishers exchanged. Rollins took a spear and turned it into a pedigree midair. And then right afterwards pinned Roman Reigns. Pinned Roman Reigns and he got the title. Now out comes Ambrose with the case. And he hits Rollins from behind with it. I don't believe it. He claims he's cashing it in. I'm just still waiting to see if this really happens. Bell ring. Wow. End of days. Can you believe this shit? Wow. Well, so much for chasing Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns all summer. Dean Ambrose is our World Heavyweight Champion. Wow. Well, that was different. Wow. All three members of the Shield now are world champions. This is going to make some, I think, for an interesting storyline. Dean Ambrose. He's got to be the skinniest world champion we've ever had. But, as you can see, I'm smiling, though. I can't believe they had Rollins pin Roman Reigns on his first match back. Wow. Anything goes, I guess. That's what they want. That's what they want us to think. Dean Ambrose, World Heavyweight Champion. Wow. Alright, I can't believe this ran for a half an hour. Alright, if you guys really sat through all this, I thank you. My new subscribers, I'm getting them, I've noticed. Thanks for joining. I'm still doing my giveaway at 50. And I'm already thinking about my next giveaway will be 50 subscribers. I'm already thinking about my next giveaway will be. I figured when I hit 200 subscribers, I'll do another giveaway. But, well, enough about that. Thanks for watching, whoever watches these. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do because I don't ever seem to get anybody to watch these things. But I'm not Grim and, not all these other people. They can get 50K in 12 hours or 12 minutes of posting something. But thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think of the pay-per-view. Tell me what you think of the ending. Dean Ambrose, World Heavyweight Champion, Mad Viking out.